No one should lose their lives in any kind of targeted way, whether it's a hate crime or not, says Joel Simpson, the founder and managing director of Guyana's Society Against Sexual Orientation Discrimination. This was in response to the murder of commercial sex worker Sean Simon, who was shot dead on South Road and King Street last week.
What is very clear from the circumstances and everything that's been reported by the media and our conversations with the eyewitnesses, the other trans women who are sex workers who are out there at night, is that it was a targeted murder. And we don't know the motive behind it. And we are allowing the police to do their work. We've called for a swift, thorough, and bias-free investigation. We've seen instances in the past when we believe murders or violence are hate crimes, where those matters didn't get the attention and the professional investigation that they should get from the police because of the sexual orientation or gender identities of the victims. And in this instance, we want to see justice. We want the matter to be properly and thoroughly investigated so that when it goes before the courts, there's evidence there that could lead to a conviction and the perpetrators are held accountable.
The police have arrested 3 suspects in the ongoing investigation. One of Simon's colleagues said on the night of the incident they observed a heavily tinted silver-colored Primo motor car driving around the area a couple of times, then gunshots rang out. Simon was pronounced dead at the scene. 9 9mm spent shells were recovered at the scene. Simpson called on members of the community to cooperate with the police.
So we are allowing that space and providing that support to the police. We have engaged our community members and we've said to everybody, talk to the police, tell the police everything that you know. Don't hold anything back. Provide as much information as you can, because at the end of the day, if you don't support the law enforcement officials, you can't expect them to lead the perpetrators to justice, and that's what we're looking to see in this instance.
Concerns have been raised about the vulnerability of commercial sex workers. To this, Simpson responded.
Feeling vulnerable in an environment where people are still criminalized for same-sex intimacy, where there's no laws which protect us from discrimination on the basis of our sexual orientation or gender identity. We also don't have laws which, in the legal sense, recognize hate crimes and ascribe particular punishments because of bias or hatred or prejudice. And feeling vulnerable in circumstances is completely reasonable, it's completely warranted. And I think our message to our communities is to remain vigilant. And we are trying to provide as much support as we can to our communities. We're in conversations, we're having consultations, and we're talking about what else we can do to reduce people's risk of violence and to provide support in those circumstances where violence does occur. So for us right now, it's about risk mitigation and providing support to our communities.
Simon was 28 years old and was at the time plying his trade when he was shot dead.